I don't think there's anybody here yet, so I shall just have a drink of coffee. Yeah, my new mug. I don't even know if anybody will turn up today because it is New Year's Day and I'm not quite sure what everybody's doing. Oh, hi, Nathan. Oh, I think I need to let that go colder. It's a bit hot. Hiya, Henry. I hope you've had a happy Christmas. It's been very quiet over here. All I've managed to do was put £5 on. Hi, Chrissy B. Yeah, I'm not very happy about putting £5 on. That was not on my Christmas list. No, you can't become a moderator. I don't even know who you are. And why would you want to anyway? Hi, Crochet Life and Random. I don't understand why you would want to become a moderator when we don't even know who you are. Ah, dear, I hope you're not a... Hi, Chris. Hi, Judy. Hi, Miguel. Well, I hope you've all enjoyed your Christmas. Yeah, ours was a heck of a lot quieter than what we anticipated due to the fact that the extended family got COVID. Yeah. I don't know what's going on here. Somebody's asking, can they be a moderator? And I don't even know who they are, Miguel. So obviously the answer is no. Hi, Trudy. Yeah, I'm afraid our Christmas didn't go to plan. We were supposed to be having the family over for Boxing Day, but the extended family got COVID. They weren't ill with it, but they just got COVID, so they couldn't come, obviously. We three have escaped it. So, but there's been an awful lot of food to eat up, hence the fact I put on £5, which I am going to get rid of. Yeah, no, Henry, no. We definitely no, Miguel, no. Yeah, thankfully. I mean, they're all fine now. They've all tested negative now. But it's a little bit late for them to come now because they'll all have to go back to work and things like that. Hi, Claire. So Happy New Year to everyone. I'll toast you with me coffee. It does say Janet on it. I don't know whether you can... That was sent to me by my 3 youngest great-grandchildren, and it had hot chocolate and marshmallows came with it. But obviously this is not hot chocolate, this is coffee. I heard from Kelly, those of you who know Kelly, she's had to have the ambulance 3 times. She's had pneumonia. And the ambulance had to come and give her oxygen, poor girl. They didn't want to take her to hospital because of this COVID, because she didn't have COVID. She had pneumonia, yeah. So, yeah. So those of you who know Kelly, she has been poorly all over Christmas. I'm sure if you send her a message, she'll get it, yeah. Hi, Ella B. Oh, this coffee's hot. The whistle was my phone, so don't worry about it. It whistles when I've got a notification, and it's probably to tell me that somebody's got a video. Oh, no, it's my niece. I'd said we need to sort out a spa weekend, and she said, oh, yes, let's do it. So let me see. I'll put on ready when you are, yeah. Ready when you are. Let me know the dates. I promised my niece that I would take her for a spa weekend when we moved here. But with one thing and another, with COVID, with this being shut down, that being shut down, it never happened. I mean, we have to plan it around my niece because she's a head teacher. So we have to plan it when she's off on holiday because we can't just go anytime. I can go anytime, but more or less. Because I don't think this other eye will get done until February or March. A gentleman calling through the window. No such luck. No. I'm not looking for one, Miguel. No. Oh, hi, Jean. Yeah. We've had to empty our hot tub because it decided to grow green algae because we hadn't run it and we hadn't used it for about. My son was busy working, so we hadn't used it. So it decided to grow green algae on it. So we've had to empty it all, scrub it all out. But of course, the hot tub shop is shut, so we can't get the necessary chemicals that we need to revive it all. So it's an empty hot tub at the moment, Miguel, so I can't offer you the use of ours. Yeah. Now I want to go to the spa. I want to have a facial and a pedicure, possibly, a massage, yeah, back massage. I fancy those hot stones. I don't know whether they're any good or not. Anyway, I promised my niece was so brilliant with me when I was ill with the COVID, not last year, the year before that. She was so brilliant. She was my lifeline. She did me shopping. She did everything. And then when I was feeling better, she then came in and sorted out the washing and everything that I had to leave because I was so ill. Yeah, hi, Ginger. And so I said, I'm going to treat you to a weekend in the spa. I'll pay for everything, because she wouldn't accept anything from me for doing all these things for me. So I've always wanted to go to a spa, never been to one. So I thought, it's a good excuse to tell her I'll take her. Then I can go too, yeah. So anyway, I went to the opticians and they looked at the eye that's been done and they said it's not 100% better, but it's mega better. And oh, no, not this kind of spa I'm going to, Miguel. There's been no funny business in this spa. No, it's definitely a retreat for ladies. No mixed nothings. No, anyway, I went and had the eye looked at, and he said he didn't say 100% better, but it's a lot better, and it will still continue to improve as it's going along. And he's referred me for the left eye, but I would imagine it will probably be February or March before I get to go to that. I've got to see the diabetes nurse on Tuesday, and I'll probably get a smack hand because I've put £5 on, and I've been eating chocolates and everything that I shouldn't be. So I know that my HB1C or whatever it is they test for will be up the pole. Nathan knows what I mean. It definitely will. The reading will be off the scale because I've been eating all sorts. It's Christmas, for goodness sake. Yeah. It's hard to be a diabetic at Christmas. Really is. You can't stick to anything. Oh, sorry, Sandra, you got a lot of buffering. It's not telling me it's HB1C over here, Miguel. It's probably the same test, isn't it? They test your blood to see how you've been doing over the last 3 months. And mine will be, because I've been naughty. You've got to have something in life, haven't you? We've had COVID all around us, restrictions all around us. It makes you feel depressed, doesn't it? So what do you do when you feel depressed? You eat a bit of chocolate, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Happy New Year to you, Denisha, or Denny. Well, I need new glasses. He tried to tell me I want 2 pairs of glasses, but I'm like, no, I'll have 1 pair. Thank you for reading. Yeah. Hi, Blind Stitches. Hey, Marshall. How are you doing? Happy New Year. I don't eat a lot of sweets, but I am a fan of chocolate, I've got to confess. I am a fan of chocolate. I've got my chocolate here ready for later. What have I got today? I'll show you before I even start there. I've got Winter Wonderland. It's a mix of dark and light coloured chocolate. That's what I've got today. It is wafer thin though. They don't put the price up on the bars of chocolate in the UK. They just make them thinner. If it got any thinner, they'll be shaving it with a razor blade if it gets any thinner. I mean, at one time, chocolate used to be so thick, and now it's so thin. We've had rain here. It's not been too bad, actually, the weather. Yeah, it's been raining, but you expect that in, well, December stroke January. You expect it. Well, you do in the UK anyway. Do you like my cup? It says Janet on it and a big J. As I said, my 3 youngest great-grandchildren bought it for me with some instant hot chocolate and some little marshmallows. Yeah, really what you need when you're dieting. Like, not. I haven't made any New Year's resolutions. I don't know about the rest of you. I only break them anyway. It's the same resolution I make every year, which is just to try and be healthier. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm not doing this and I'm not buying wool and I'm not, because it won't happen. I'll break it, you know. Oh, hi, John. Happy New Year to you. Happy New COVID, yeah. So I'm not going to make New Year's resolutions because I think it just sets you up for failure, doesn't it? You have these brilliant ideas, don't you, on the first day of the year. And then you feel such a failure when you break them all, really. I think one year I did last until about March when I made a New Year's resolutions, but apart from that, yeah, I don't do it now. Or Italian baked rotini, whatever rotini is. I'm very sorry, I'm not Italian. I don't know what rotini is. It sounds rotisserie to me. That means chicken. Yeah, no. Oh, thank you, Denisha. Yeah, it's if you're in the UK, it's James C. Brett Marble Chunky. Yeah, it's a bit old and a little bit fluffy, a little bit fluffy. But yeah, you're crocheting a bikini. Ah, gosh. I can just about remember having a figure for a bikini, but I have got a very long memory. Yeah, I think I was probably in my teens when I think I was in my 20s when I last wore a bikini. Yeah, I did wear a 2-piece when I was in my 30s, but you couldn't exactly call it a bikini because it was a bit larger than that, if you know what I mean. But it was actually classed as a bikini because it had got 2 pieces to it. But I'm generally the good old coverall swimsuit girl, yeah. You know, everything held in, one of those kind of girls, yeah. I don't know why, but my coffee taste is nicer out of this glass cup. The kitty cat's still around. I think you've gained a kitty cat. I know, isn't it sad she didn't quite... We're talking about Betty White. She didn't quite make 100. Oh, gosh. Whatever you're saying or whatever it is that somebody's saying, I think it's another whistle. Chris, Miguel, it's a whistle, I think. I think it's gobbledygook. It could be Greeks, I don't know. Oh, YouTube's just told me I'm live. Woohoo! Your New Year's resolution, Chris, is not to make more than one. So since your first one was not to make any more, you're doing well, yeah. Yeah, she did like the Prince Philip, didn't she? He didn't quite make his 100 either, did he? I think it must be so, you know, if you get to 99 and 9/10, and you go before you're 100. I wonder if Prince Philip had got a telegram from the Queen if he'd have got to 100. That's a thought, isn't it? Shall I send you a telegram, darling? Yes. Yeah. Oh, poor Queen. She's had a bit of a rubbish year, hasn't she? I didn't watch her, the Queen's speech. I didn't watch it. I thought, no, she's had a rough year, poor girl. I don't know whether she did or not. Anybody know if Betty White had any children? I don't know if she did. Oh, somebody didn't try to get in Buckingham Palace. I think it was Windsor Castle. Some nutter in a mask tried to assassinate the Queen. Luckily, she's got such good security round her that he didn't get very far. So, well, you're doing very well. If you cross, I wouldn't be able to cross one now without with sight. So you're doing very well. You should be very proud of yourself. I couldn't crochet one, you know, with full eyesight. Yeah, I think. Oh, if I'd lost my, oh gosh, no, I can't think about it. If I lost my sight, I wouldn't be able to do anything. Hi, Enid. Happy New Year. Neither have I, Enid. Neither have I. I don't plan on buying any wool, but you never know. I did start winding up the wool that Daniel gave me, but I still haven't decided on a pattern yet. Still got some to wind, but I've wound most of it into balls, yeah. Yeah. So I did find that, which is, it's not merino, but it's lace weight, you know, to sort of maybe put in with it and eke it out. If you can see it, it's very fine. I thought it might do to go in between the colours. Yeah, it's called wool-free lace. It's Premier Yarns. I don't know whether it's English or what it is. I've had it a while. It's in the shed. I've had it a while. But I just thought it might break up, because the colours going together may not always go together, if you know what I mean. I thought I might need to break it up with a few rows of that, yeah. Happy New Year, Juanita. Enid, we've not had a great Christmas either. All the extended family have had COVID, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it must be terrible, that, Marshall. It must be awful if you can't see it. Oh, do you know, that was what was worrying me so much about having the coat, what's it called? The idol? Cataract. That's the word I'm looking for. Do you know, my brain's gone. So sure, I'm getting early onset. Keep forgetting the words for things. I know what I mean, but I can't get the word out. Because I did my best eye first, and I was terrified that something would go wrong because this eye doesn't see too well. Oh dear. Oh, thank you, Lydia. I crocheted the squares together, but I had to sew all the ends in. Oh, you've got fire and everything. Oh my God, yeah. Everybody's had some. Do you know, I don't think anybody's had a brilliant Christmas, have they? Somebody tell me you had a good Christmas, please. Somebody say, oh, it was wonderful, it was lovely. Everybody I've spoken to. Two of the ladies from the evening knit club. One of them lost her sister on Christmas Eve. She passed away on Christmas Eve suddenly. They don't know why. She's got to have an inquest. And another lady from knit club in the evening, her sister lost her husband on Christmas Day. And I'm like, oh my goodness me. Oh, I'm glad you and Chris and Miguel had good Christmases, yeah. Hi, yeah, I'm on the live.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You want a slice of millionaire cheesecake?
Oh, I could force one in, yeah.
Okay.
Do I want a slice of millionaire cheesecake? I should say no, but you know. What is it? Dieting begins tomorrow. Oh dear. Yeah. Hi, Isaac. I know it's awful when there's fires and things, isn't it? Oh dear. There was just us three here because, of course, everything got cancelled, really. Yeah. So, well, it's Christmas on. I think you missed it, John. I hate to tell you that, but you missed it. Yeah. I've hidden it in the drawer so my son won't see me eating it because I was complaining I put £5 on. Yeah. Yeah, I toasted the new year with a can of Fanta orange squash. So, you know, I know how to party. My goodness me, I know how to party. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think I'd be losing it if... where's Henry? I can't see him anymore. So we shall see what we shall see. Yeah. Thanking you, my dear. Thank you. Happy New Year to you, Jeannie. Christmas is not for another 3 weeks, which look, I know you're in Ireland, but I'm sure you still have the same Christmas that we do. Yeah. If you want to know what I'm eating, I'll let you have a look. There it is. Millionaire cheesecake. Cheers. Now I'll get the comment saying it's rude to eat. I always do whenever I eat on here. But do you know what? It's New Year's Day, so I don't care. I'm a quiet eater and I don't eat with my mouth open. Yeah, I'm not a sloppy eater. I once finished with a boy because I went to his parents' house for dinner and he ate like that. Oh, I went right off him. Oh, yeah. I mean, we still get fires over here, usually in moorland and places like that. But fortunately, most of our houses are made out of brick, so fires don't like run through them like the wooden houses do. we have a fire over here, it tends to be contained in just the one building, or maybe next door. It doesn't like rush through a whole housing estate. I'd be very, very nervous if I lived in a wooden house. We've not had any snow. It's supposed to be very rare that we have snow because we're so close to the sea. Why do they build wood frame houses? It's always been a complete mystery to me. Yeah, I know you can't help with the tornado, but fortunately in the UK we don't really have tornadoes. If we do, they're only mini ones that might rip a roof off here and there. Well, there's definitely no snow to go sledding here. The nearest we had was that sea snow, which is not the same thing as real snow. It's like froth. It looks look to me for all the world like when you put too much washing powder in your washing machine and it all boils over. Yeah, that's what happens. You hate when you're late to a yarn party. We do have flooding in the UK, yes, we do. The rivers usually burst their banks only because the people who, whatever, are too mean, too petty pinching to clear the drains properly and to put up all the flood defences. It's all down to money and people not doing their jobs properly. You know, if they built all the flood defences up properly, there wouldn't be these flooded houses. But, you know, certain places, I mean, they've been campaigning for years, you know, to, you know, get these river defences built up. But it's all down to money, isn't it? Yeah. It happens everywhere. Where I lived before, I was on top of a hill. So if I'd have flooded, there would have been the people further down the hill would have been underwater completely. And here we've got, touch wood, very good sea defences. So the last time it flooded here was before the sea defences were built. So keeping my fingers crossed. Hold on. Mm. They do. It was just, no, it was a layer of caramel. It was called Millionaire Cheesecake. It was very sweet. Shouldn't have eaten it, but never mind. Oh, over here, You know, I mean, a lot of it is people pay somebody to come to take away a load of rubbish. And the cowboys, these people with the vans. So they just go and dump it anywhere. So, I mean, the people whose rubbish it was don't often know, you know, that people are just fly tipping their rubbish. I think it's terrible. You know, if somebody with a van is charging you to move your rubbish, he should at least dispose of it honourably. I mean, when I moved from Prestwich, I got a firm that was a decent firm. I paid a bit more, but I knew that it was being responsibly dumped, the stuff. You know, it wasn't just being fly tipped. Yeah. Yeah, well, this firm, you know, it's been going for donkey's years and we knew it had a good reputation, yeah. Oh, they call it fly tipping. Fly tipping is when, say you have a mattress or something, so instead of going to the dump with it, you just drive somewhere quiet, like a beautiful country lane, and toss this mattress out of the car, leave it there by the side of the road. That's what they call fly tipping. You know, they're too lazy or whatever to just dispose of it correctly. Yeah, you know, if you have rubbish, you're responsible for it. You should, you know. Oh. Well, donkeys years ago when we went on a canal holiday, you know, the boat propeller and that was always getting snagged up on fishing lines that people had just left behind. You know, it's not only that, the fish could get caught in it, caused pounds worth of damage to these boats, you know, because it was fastened around the propeller and stuff. All because people are too lazy to get rid of their lines properly when they're fishing, you know. Sadly, there will always be litter bugs. There always will be. You know, I did that one time. Somebody threw, I don't know what it was, cigarette packet or something out the window. And I was walking and they were in a traffic jam. So I just tapped on the window and he wound the window down and I just threw the cigarette packet back in. I said, don't throw it on the floor. He was like, I was expecting him to give me a mouthful, but he didn't because I had the pram baby. Yeah. Our tips are free. Our dumps are free if you have household rubbish, but you can only go so many times during the year. But we've never exceeded. I mean, we had a lot of rubbish when we moved here. I mean, like, you know, stripping wallpaper, disposing of a kitchen and that. But I mean, I must admit, with the kitchen, we did get a reputable firm to come and take away all that away because it was too much for us to take to the tip. But I mean, no way would you. I mean, they've got a thing round here that people are not picking up after their dogs, which is a disgusting habit. I mean, we're very, very fortunate in the fact that every few hundred yards there is a bin, a big bin that is for litter and dog waste, yeah? So there is no excuse to me for just walking and letting your dog just on the pavement, yeah? Yeah, at one time, Chris, you used to just ring up and say you had a sofa or you had whatever, yeah? And they would just come and pick it up, which was much, much better than people just dumping it in the street. Hi, Pauline, Happy New Year. Oh, God, yeah, not picking up after you. I mean, when I could, I can't walk very well, as you know, but I definitely cannot walk on pebbles. And when I was looking after Poppy before she passed away, they'd gone on holiday, Poppy would onto the beach and she would go and poop on the pebbles. But I struggled with my walking stick and wobbling and everything. I struggled and picked up after her. You know, if I could have done it, then there's no excuse for any able-bodied people to pick up after their dog on a pavement. Yeah, no excuse. I have my yarn room. I haven't made many videos lately, I must admit. I'm just, yeah. I spoke to Sue. She's got worse COVID restrictions up in Scotland than we have down here. So I really don't know when I'm going to see her. She managed to do a flyby to her grandchildren with their Christmas presents, but of course she flew down and flew back, so she didn't have time to come and call and see me. I'm still trying to fit it in, and I'm determined, come COVID, come whatever, I am determined to go up and see her in Scotland this coming summer. Determined. I haven't been on holiday for 8 years. 8 years. I mean, before I moved here, I just didn't have the cash to go on holiday with. And now, since I've been here, it's been all this blinking COVID, and you can't go here and you can't go there. And you're frightened to death of booking anything in case it gets cancelled and you don't get your money back. Yeah. And also, being a single person, I have to pay like double what everybody else has to pay because I'm very naughty. I need a single room. Yeah. Ooh, why can't you be a couple, you know? And then, of course, my travel insurance, if I go abroad, is just as much money as the holiday because you have to declare everything that's wrong with you. Otherwise, you know, God forbid something happens to you while you're away and you haven't declared it, and they know it's an existing condition that you've got, they won't pay. And so I can't take that chance. So I have to declare everything on my insurance policy that's wrong with me, which means that my insurance cover, even for a week, is more than the holiday cost. It's great, isn't it? But what can you do? Can't take that risk. Yeah. So maybe I think I shall stick to going on holiday in this country. Has to be somewhere flat. Has to be somewhere where I can have a shower and not a bath in the bedroom. And somewhere where I can charge up my scooter. Yeah. So it takes a lot of planning, really. Still, I'll cross that bridge. I would love to go to Brighton or somewhere that's very, very hippie, very, very boho, very bohemian. I would love to go there, but it's getting there. It's a long way to go to Brighton. I could probably manage it if I could get a train, but a train from where? Manchester. You know, coaches, you've got about as much knee room as is suitable for a 5-year-old child. Well, it was on the last coach I went on anyway. So there's no way I could do hours with my knees squashed up round my chin somewhere, yeah. I need room. I've got to stretch my legs out, otherwise they just lock, so. Oh, well. I mean, last year I just didn't even bother. Or the year before because of this damn COVID, yeah. Oh, dear. Oh, all my chats stopped again. All my chats stopped. Unless you've all gone very quiet on me and you're not saying anything. Oh, hi, Eason. It hasn't all gone quiet. Eason was there. Do I still use eyeshadow? No. I would love to. But the blooming price of the postage, and then I've got the import duties. I mentioned the other... Hi, testing. Hi, Miguel. I mentioned the other week, I tentatively put 2 packets of ice yarn in my basket online, and it would have been £16. So I went to the, to the sort of checkout, whatever you want to call it, and my £16 turned into 40. So I thought, no. It was so much for the postage, which, yeah, gone up. It's gone up everywhere, hasn't it, postage? But then it was about £16 import duty on 2 packets of wool. So I thought, no. So my £16 worth of wool turned into £40 worth of wool for the same amount of wool. So instead of being reasonably priced, it turned out to be far more expensive than anything. Yeah. I still got a bit of ice yarn left and a bit of hobby and hobbyum. But I am hanging on to it for myself. I'm not parting with it at all. How am I doing? I'm doing well, Esther. How are you? The weather's nice today, yeah? Yes. No, I'm keeping it for myself. If the worst comes to the worst and I don't sell any of my things, then I shall just sell the wool off on eBay or whatever. I'm not donating it. I'm not giving it to charity. Sorry, but no. I've got a mobility scooter to pay for. So that needs paying for. I've not even looked. I have treated myself to some bits and bobs, but it was off the webpage called Everything a Fiver. Last of the big spenders, a couple of T-shirts, long sleeve T-shirts, and a couple of things, but they were only £5. The postage was actually more than what, yeah, but still. It's difficult round here because there's just nothing, nowhere. I really miss Prestwich at Christmas because I've got a Marks and Spencer's in Prestwich, which is a more expensive type of food hall, but it has lovely Christmas biscuits, treats, God knows what else, yeah. And I really miss Tesco because Tesco is a big store, a bit like Asda, Walmart, where I could have got all sorts of things, including gifts and everything, from there. But here, very uninspiring. I mean, there was a Marks and Spencer's and everything in Blackpool, but my niece was in a rush. She didn't come till late. She got held up in traffic. And by the time we got to Blackpool, it was like almost sort of the time we'd had something to eat. It was time to really come back. So I went in Boots the chemist, got a few bits and bobs I wanted, and we didn't have time to go into Marks's or anything. So if she hadn't got held up, if she'd have got here a lot earlier, we would have been fine. But I knew she wanted to get home before dark because of the traffic. So we didn't stay in Blackpool as long as we wanted. And I am not going to Blackpool on my own because, sorry, I just find it very intimidating. There was like people wandering around with cans in the hand, and there was like every door had some rough sleeper in it with a blinking sleeping bag, and then people were hustling you, for money and stuff. And I just wouldn't have felt safe going there on my own. Yeah, I just wouldn't. So yeah, I could get to Blackpool on my own, but I just don't feel like doing it. Yeah, and also whoever had this bright idea in Blackpool of doing ornamental cobblestones. Considering, oh hello, whistle. Considering that Blackpool is well known for being like disabled friendly because it's flat and everything's flat, so loads and loads of children and people in wheelchairs, and yet they put ornamental cobblestones everywhere. So I'm like talking to my niece as I'm going along, and she's going, what? And I'm like, but it was like literally. And I'm going, can we get off these cobbles? I mean, why? They're not old cobbles. They're not cobbles that's been there for years. These are ornamental cobbles that they put in nice fan shapes, which looks very, very pretty. But, oh, look on. When you look on Amazon, do you not look at the second-hand ones underneath? There's usually, from other sellers, it usually says underneath. Or if you Google it, the name of it, you'll find other places like these book depositories and something like that where you get them second-hand, yeah. Oh, Blackpool is, it's really downhill now. You know, we used to go for the day out. Yeah, thrift books online. You can. I refuse to pay full price for any of my books. Oh right. Oh, Victoria says, "Do I want to pop out tomorrow?" Ooh, that'd be nice. I need to put my scooter. Woo! Put my scooter on charge. Oh, what time? Oh, I'm going out tomorrow. Oh, I wasn't looking forward to tomorrow because I thought, oh, it's another boring day. Going out. I get so excited with the day out, you know what I mean? Ooh, we can talk about arranging the spa, can't we? Ooh, that's good. I'm so happy. I've got to nip out and put my scooter on charge. I'll have to do that later when I've finished here. Yeah, I always check the thrift books online, Miguel, and also on Amazon in the UK. Amazon, I don't know whether it's the same. It's underneath. It always says from other sellers, or I look on eBay. Unless it's a brand new book. If it's a brand new book, you can't get them any cheaper, can you? But I always. My phone's going bonkers. What does she say? Let's have a look. About 11:30. She said you might be out of bed by then. Cheeky. Oh, remind me to go and put my scooter on charge. No, I've only ever sold books and patterns on eBay. I've never sold anything on Amazon. When I was moving, I sold a lot of patterns and books and magazines and that. But in the end, I just boxed all my magazines up and sent them up to Sue's daughter, picked them all up. And she took them up to Scotland. Going anywhere nice? I'm going to Lytham St Anne's. The shops will probably be all shut. But never mind. Oh, am I going to Blackpool? I am not. I'm not going to Blackpool. Thank you very much. Once was enough. If I go again, it'll be a. Oh, I'll have to go for a reason if I go again. The next time I go to Blackpool will probably be to get the left eye done. Blackpool I don't like. I can't understand why everybody keeps calling it the such a thing of the north. You know, if anybody lived down south and they said to me, shall we come to Blackpool? I would say, no, don't bother. Because I would be ashamed if I'd recommended it, you know what I mean? The one place I would like to go to in Blackpool is a place called Funny Girls. And I don't know how you all feel about it, but I'm definitely not homophobic or anything. And it's drag. And I just think the drag girls, whatever you want to call them, magnificent. I just love watching them and seeing their makeup and everything is so fantastic. So I would like to go out one night and go to Funny Girls, yes. Nathan will know what I mean. That is a place I would like to go to in Blackpool. Yeah. I believe it's a really good show. So, yeah. It's a bit like RuPaul, you know, and all that, if you know what RuPaul is. Yeah. I'm sorry if anybody is homophobic, but I'm definitely not. And I just love the drag acts. I just love them. Yeah. Yeah, Nathan, they are fantastic, aren't they? You know, they're so outrageous. I don't know who raises Oscar the Duck Whisperer. Ask him where he's from. I'm sure he'll tell you, Miguel. I would imagine he's somewhere more countrified. You know, you can't really raise ducks and hens in the city. There's a lot of bylaws as well. You can't raise things in your back garden. I'm sure Isaac knows all about that. I think we're allowed rabbits, but that's about it, really. I mean, there's actually a clause in our house here that we're not allowed to have chickens, hens, ducks. There's actually a clause in our lease here that we can't have them. So, I mean, where I came from originally, it was Oldham in Lancashire, and lots of people there kept pigeons. I don't mean to eat or anything like that. They used to race the pigeons. It was quite a sport in Oldham. And my granddad on my mum's side used to breed hens, but not ordinary hens. It was all the fancy ones, you know, with the big plumes and everything. And he used to show these. And he was actually a judge. They used to go around judging these things. Oh, yeah, everybody had pigeon lots. People used to have, we used to call them a hen pen. You would call it an allotment now, or whatever you would call it, where you would grow vegetables and you would have a shed on this allotment, and it was always for pigeons, yeah. Or hens. If you didn't keep pigeons, you kept hens. We kept hens. No, not peacocks. We call them pigeons. They're you must have pigeons in America. Everybody's got pigeons. I'm sure if you Google them, it'll show you a pigeon. It's not a peacock. It flies. They used to use them in the war. They used to put little messages in little rings on their little legs, and they used to be called homing pigeons. And they used to fly messages backwards and forwards in code for the army or whatever it was. They used to be, yeah, and everybody had pigeons, yeah. I mean, here we just have damn seagulls. And by God, they are big. Seagulls, they are big. I never realised how big a seagull was until I lived here. And they sit on the bin when it's bin day, you know, and they sit. And they are massive, these pigeons. You know, they're like flying ducks. They're huge. I never realised how big a pigeon, what a seagull was. But apparently there's no such thing. Oh no, they weren't peacocks, they were hens. but they were like fanciful hens, you know, with fluffy feet and fluffy different coloured feathers. They were all rare breeds of hens he used to breed. Um, they weren't normal hens that lay eggs hens. Probably they did lay eggs, I don't know, but these were fanciful ones. They were all really fancy. I used to go in his hen pen and his hen shed, or whatever you want to call it, hen hut, and I used to look at all these fancy birds. Oh my goodness, they were so fancy. He used to win awards and prizes for them, but they weren't your normal hens. You know, they were, I don't know what the names of hens are, if anybody knows what different hens there are, but they were all, but he never did peacocks, no. Yeah. These were all rare breeds. They were worth quite a lot of money. You know, these, you know, if he did manage to breed any, you know, they were worth quite a lot of money. You know, but he was a judge. He used to go all over the place judging hens, you know, handing out awards and stuff like that. And I always remember my mother being very, very upset because I was only very young when my granddad died. And there was an obituary in the paper, which there would be because he had 16 children and about hundreds of grandchildren and so. And somebody was reading this paper on the bus. And I was like a kiddie, like sitting, and I was reading and I was taught, and my ears pricked up when they said his name. And it said, well-known bird fancier or something. And this woman said, oh, look at all these kids. She said it wasn't the only thing he fancied. And I can remember going home and saying to my mum, oh, two women were talking about my granddad on the bus. So being a kid, I didn't understand. Repeated it. My mother was, oh, don't say that. Don't say that. I didn't know what that meant at all, yeah. So apparently, yeah, that wasn't the only thing he fancied. 16 kids. I was so naive. Very young, very innocent. I just repeated it verbatim. I didn't know what it meant. My mother was horrified. How can they say that about your granddad? Yeah, if you look up fancy hens, Miguel, all these different rare hens that they have. My mum was about the fourth one, I think. She was in the top numbers anyway. She was one of the oldest ones. Yeah, my gran had the last four when she was well past childbearing age, or should have been. So there was 20 odd years between the top and the bottom, if you know what I mean. So yeah. Yeah, my mum's youngest brothers were babies, toddlers, when my dad and my mum were courting, as they used to call it in the old days, courting. My mum had, my mother, my mother and a three, there were girls, no, there was one boy, and then the other three girls in the first four. So my mum and her two sisters, they were drudges. I mean, they used to have to peel taters, wash the kids, do washing, do everything, yeah. It's no wonder she only had two kids. I think she only wanted one. I'm sure I was a whoopsie-daisy. I don't think I was meant to be at all. Yeah. She had a terrible time with my brother. He was breech birth and was midwives in those days. No gas and air, no drugs, no nothing. You just had to get on with it. So I think she swore she weren't having any more after my brother was born. But then my dad went in the army, and I think she must have been a bit overexcited to see him on one leave. Hence me. So I don't really think I was ever like a wanted plan child, if you know what I mean. I think I was a, what, how the hell did that happen kind of child. So, yeah. Oh, I'm dead excited about going out tomorrow. Can't get off it. I don't get out much, yeah. I was a surprise. I was a shock, Lydia, not a surprise. Tell me about it. But it meant I was a daddy's girl. Yeah. My brother, you see, was bonded to my dad, but when he was 2, my dad went in the war, so he never came home much. So my brother turned out to be a mama's boy, an auntie's boy, a grandma's boy. No men in his life, they were all at war, yeah. So when my dad came back from the war eventually, I was about, maybe 6 months, 12 months, something like that. My brother was looking at my dad like, who the heck are you, yeah? And he was very wary of my dad, and he didn't want to do anything with my dad. He didn't want to go anywhere. Whereas I was a baby, so I was like, Daddy, you know. So my dad obviously gravitated towards me. So my brother has always been mama's boy. And I was always daddy's girl, yeah. Which is why I was always closest to my dad. My mum was always busy working. She was a very hard worker, my mum. But she was always busy doing something. She wasn't a lovey-dovey mum that would put you on her knee and cuddle you, unless you fell over or something, you know, and then she would pat, you're all right, there you go. You know, your leg's still hanging on, you're all right, go away. But my dad, you see, was the one I used to run to. You know, my dad was always the one who would pick me up, make a fuss on me, wipe me tears if I was crying, ask me what was wrong. My mum was, I won't say she was hard, but I think she didn't abuse me, no, Enid, she didn't, but she didn't love me as much as she could have done, let's just say. I would be passed off to an auntie, a grandma, anybody that would have me. You know, if I went missing, my mother wouldn't have even cared, you know what I mean? My brother had 2. He had 2 girls. I sadly only had the one. Wasn't by choice, I wanted more than one. I only wanted 2, but it didn't happen, so just one of them things back in the time. If you lost babies, people didn't say, oh, there must be a reason for it. Why don't you come in hospital and get checked out? It was just, you're young enough, go away, try again. That was the attitude when I kept losing my babies. So I only finished up with 1. But that's life, isn't it? It's no good worrying about it. It's over, done with, gone, yeah. Oh, I didn't want 16. I wanted 2. Ideally, I really wanted 2 boys. I didn't really want a girl. But I would have, I mean, it just wasn't to be. Wasn't to be. And funnily enough, the babies that I lost were all boys. So I wouldn't have got my girl anyway. But, you know, people say, aren't you upset? Aren't you this? And I thought, people didn't make that much fuss about things back in the day. You didn't like go into a decline and have to have counselling when you lost a baby. It was just get on with it, yeah. You know, you just got on with it. If you lost a baby, it was just like, oh, well, you're young enough to try again. You didn't kind of grieve. I know it sounds awful, but you weren't expected to grieve. It was just a done thing that everybody I knew lost babies. Everybody I knew had miscarriages. It was just part of life back in the 60s, yeah. Nowadays, you know, if they're 2 weeks late with a period, oh, I'm pregnant, tell everybody. Back in the day, we never told anyone until we'd be about 8 or 10 weeks, until we had it confirmed by the GP. There was none of this pee on a stick business back in the day. Your doctor wouldn't even see you until you were missed twice. And even then, there was no scans, there was no nothing. So you didn't really get attached. You just thought, maybe I'm pregnant, maybe I'm not. You didn't get attached to them the same way that people do now. You know, people make such a big deal that they're having this baby, they're 2 weeks pregnant, you know, I'm having a baby. And then, of course, they lose it. And then it's all, oh. But like, we didn't know. We didn't know until we lost it. We didn't even know we were having one, you know. So, no, I don't really think about the babies that I lost. Not really. Just one of them things, isn't it? You know, you just get on with life. That's the way we were brought up. That's the way we did. You know. Oh, hello, Ben. Hi there. How are you? Happy New Year to you as well. Have you been busy working? Yeah. Well, I started knitting actually because I didn't know what to. I was supposed to start crocheting another throw, aren't I? My grandma, who had 16, didn't lose any. Work that one out. No miscarriages, no stillbirths, no nothing. 16, all hale and healthy here. Yeah, Ben in the new year. Whee! Oh, you're on part-time now, are you? 40 hours, Ben? Yeah, the throw isn't my kind of colours. Bit insipid, a bit ice creamy. No, my mum didn't lose any. She just had me and my brother, that's all. Yeah. Yeah, we made it to the next year, just about, didn't we? God only knows how, but we made it, yeah. Yeah, I'm knitting a vintage pattern I made for myself so many years ago. I'm making the one with the long sleeves. It's from a book. You can tell how old it is. A book. I made it in white many, many years ago. And I've made the short sleeve one. And I've made that one. I've never made that one because I don't really wear. Especially now I've got old, you know, I've got the bingo wings that carry on waving long after I've gone, you know. So I'm using up some ice yarn that people was asking me if I used ice. It's the one that Kelly didn't like. She didn't like it because it smells very faintly. But of course I've had this years now, so mine doesn't smell very faintly of anything. So it's ice yarn. I don't know what it is called. Antibacterial it was called. Fragrant white, antibacterial. No, it doesn't smell anymore. When it was new, it smelt a bit like a toilet freshener. And Kelly really hated the smell. But it didn't worry me because it washes off. So I've done that much. See, I'm knitting. Yeah, I discovered why I couldn't knit in my new recliner chair. It's narrower than my old recliner chair, and it has wooden arms. And the wooden arms were just at the wrong height, and they kept hurting. I was kind of like resting my left arm on the arm of the chair, and it was the wrong angle. So I've got a 4-inch piece of foam now that's on my chair underneath my throw. And it raises me up now, so I'm no longer banging myself on the arms. Oh, I never put myself on a yarn diet. To be honest, I just have to go in the shed, look at what I've got and think, no. No, you don't need any more. When I go in, though, the shed, and I'm uninspired, if you know what I mean. I feel like sometimes I want to get something new, you know. But got a bit of fluff on it. Grandma taught you to knit by painting needle in the stitch. I've no idea what that means. I got taught to knit by my mum saying in, over, through, off. That's how she taught me to knit. In, over, through, off. Pointing needle down in the stitch. I don't know what that means. No, I learned to knit, obviously, when I was tiny. Didn't learn to purl right away. Well, I sort of learnt by osmosis, really, whatever. Everybody in the family knitted, crocheted, embroidered, sewed. Don't forget, it was just after the war when I was born, and it was the days of austerity. Very much make, do, and mend. People unravelled things to knit other things. Oh, to point a needle down. I suppose she means like that. Oh, I couldn't do it like that. I can't knit with my needle wiggling about. I've told you before. I can only knit with my needle under my arm. Yeah, that is how I knit. I don't know whether you can see, Anna, I don't actually hold this needle at all. I just knit without holding that needle. I cannot knit like that. This is why I cannot knit on a circular needle. I can't knit like that. I can knit like that, but it's so slow. How slow is that? Whereas if I knit with it underneath my arm like that, I can knit quite quickly. As you can see. That's why I knit so quickly. Ephraim knits the same way. He calls it pit knitting. That's how I knit. To me, I don't think that's quick knitting, and yet people say, oh my God, don't you knit quick? I don't think I knit quick. But I can't knit on them worms at all. Can't knit on wiggling worms. Because I would have to knit. How do you knit free like that? How do you knit when you have to hold the needle? How do you knit? How slow is that? Yeah, I think it's to do with regional, isn't it? I think, Pauline, if we come from the north, and I think the north tend to knit on the longer needles. Oh God, my son's going ooh upstairs. Yeah, but I started knitting again. Now I'm not in that chair. That chair was handicapping me. Froggy went to knitting. Happy New Year to you. Well, I'm sure you don't want to watch me knitting, do you? There you go. See, one row done. Do you like my button? I wanted it to be a bit different, so I made a flower around the button because it was just a plain cardigan. Yeah, I've got to do 6 inches of knit 2 purl 2 ribbon. Oh, I'm so excited! I'm going out tomorrow. Oh, I mustn't forget to go and plug that blooming thing in. My neighbours will think I've got a bit of doolally, won't they, going out to the garage about midnight? The midnight marauders. I just hope that it doesn't set Rosie off. She had a good day apparently today. She went down on the beach and she was playing with a couple of puppies. Ah, Ross is taking his videos down. I suppose I've really had a break from YouTube, really. I mean, I just haven't really made any videos. I just felt that I was so boring that, I didn't have anything to say. Oh, some people are awful, aren't they, with trolls and something. I just don't understand why people find it amusing to troll people. I really don't know. You know, I just find it all pathetic when people troll people. I really do find it pathetic. You know, if you don't like a person, don't watch them. It's like these people who complain about TV programmes. Oh, did you see that? I didn't like that. I'm thinking, why don't you just turn it off? You've got a million channels. Just find another one. Why do you have to complain? Oh, I watched it the other night and guess what? It was this and it was that. Oh, if they've crossed the line, they need reporting and they report them to the police, I would. It's harassment, isn't it? If it goes beyond trolling, I wouldn't hesitate, I tell you. If anybody started doing it to me, I wouldn't hesitate. I'd just report them to the police. Victimisation, whatever you want to call it, harassment, stalking. I wouldn't, yeah. No, I'm afraid no. I wouldn't put up with it. I'm surprised his supporters haven't gone mad on the person who's doing it. You know, I was lucky that when one person tried to do it to me, all my supporters came out of the woodwork and told her exactly where she got off. Yeah. I didn't need to do anything. They did it for me. So I'm surprised Ross's supporters haven't had a go at whoever it is who's causing him all these problems. You know, they hide behind a name, don't they, and a pseudonym or whatever. I don't think that you should be allowed to have a pseudonym or whatever. I think you should have to have like your IP address verified. You should have to have your name verified so that you can't stalk and be nasty to people anonymously. I think it should all be on record. You know, it's just not right at all. It's like bullying, it's like trolling, it's like whatever. Oh, good grief. Well, that other woman wants, yeah. Her husband wants to leave the other woman because that's just troublemaking. That is just troublemaking. I tell you, I wouldn't stand for it. She take down all the videos? No, why should she? Why should she? Needs to take down the other woman. Issue her with a cease and desist order for harassing. Say a solicitor's letter or attorney's letter, whatever you want to call it. That's what I would do. I would, if she knows who she is, solicitor's letter saying if you any more slander, any more harassment, then you go to court. End of story. That's the only way to deal with the bullies. Call them out. If she obviously knows who she is. Call her out. I don't know whether the laws are different in the US, but in the UK, it's harassment. They actually have a prison sentence for harassment. But it's a form of stalking, isn't it? If she's following her around saying things on her video, it's stalking. No, I wouldn't let it stop me from putting a video up, would I? Fortunately, I've not got a husband, so it won't happen to me. And I'm not going out with anybody else's husband before we go any further. Yeah, there must be laws in the US like there is in the UK. I'm sure you know. I mean, the US is a sue everybody type of place, isn't it? Yeah, these are nice. They're actually called lights. They're less calories in them. They're from Older. They're much nicer than the normal crisps, chips, whatever you want to call them. Put my glasses on. They've got 120 kcals. Is it 120? I think it's 120 calories in the bag. Quite a lot, really, but the bag is slightly bigger than the other bags of crisps. Yeah, I hope Ross can sort it out. It's nasty when people get harassed like that. I take it he's reported the person to YouTube. What's the fat content? I don't know. I am not knowing. You're making me put my glasses on again, aren't you? This is the only pair that I can actually see through. Not very flattering, are they? 0.5 grams per bag. That's not too bad, Nathan. It's called Snack Right Lights. Yeah, 0.5 per bag. Did you ever email Mr. Marsh, Miguel, to see if he was okay? You said you were going to email Mr. Marsh. You got a good excuse. You can wish him Happy New Year. You said you were going to email Mr. Marsh. You were the only person who had his email. You can email him and wish him Happy New Year from all of us. That way you've got an excuse. No. 0.5. 0.5 grams. is it? No, 5 grams. I was looking at the row below. 5 grams of fat in a bag of 25 grams. So you can't have them. You can't have them, Nathan. These, I had a pair of glasses and I broke them. So these were the ones they gave me free. Not exactly thrilling, are they? The bloke at Specsavers was trying to get me to get, well, I can't have my eyes tested yet. But he said, oh, you'll need 2 pairs. He said, you'll need one for reading and one for distance. I said, no, I don't need one for distance. He said, it'll bring things into sharper focus. I said, no, thanks. I thought, you're not conning me into 2 pairs of glasses. £200 a pair, get lost. I shall find the cheapest ones I can find in the shop, and I only want 1 pair for reading. Thank you very much. I don't drive, and I can see enough to negotiate a scooter. A scooter with a maximum speed of 8 miles an hour. I think I can see where I'm going. Hi, Debbie. They want you to spend, don't they, these places? Oh, bifocals, no way. I wouldn't wear them at all if I had bifocals. I'd be like, my dad was dizzy. Oh, Madonna Ballard is live if anybody's interested. I don't know. I don't know if Rosie got a Christmas gift. I think she got one of those bones filled with stuff. Or some Christmas treat things I think she got. I see the man who's got the chihuahuas has lost 2 of his little doggies, hasn't he? We're very upset. But, you know, he does, all his little animals have got problems. What crisps have I got? I've got Snack Right Lights from Aldi. He lost Zoe, the one that's got the one eye. He lost another one, I don't know. Did you see where Lester had bought Jamie a tandem? And he's also got Carl, 3 ladies. Carl the ostrich, he's got him 3 ladies. Yeah, he's very, very good. He doesn't take in chihuahuas that are healthy, does he? He takes the chihuahuas in that nobody wants. I mean, I think she was 8, Zoe, and she had a lot of health problems. She was diabetic and she wasn't eating. She was losing weight and she was only a tiny little dog. I only watched the ones from Leicester that come on my Facebook. I know I watched it because he bought Jamie a tandem. Well, for the both of them. Cornholio lost his lady love. I think she was called Jan or something. Oh, I was very upset when Zoe passed. Happy New Year, breeder. With Chris Packet, I always do that with them. Don't know if anybody else does. I always tie them in a knot before I put them in the bin. I got that from my ex-husband. He was the first person I ever knew that did that. I was going to make a YouTube video the other day. I was all set up. I thought, right, I'll do one. The family's gone out. I'll do one. I'll show me through. The camera was flat battery. Yeah, his breakfast club, as he calls them, doesn't he? I don't know how his girlfriend puts up with it. He must have separate rooms, even though she's his girlfriend. I can't see her and him getting into bed with all those little chihuahuas. From what I can gather, though, she's got her own set of little chihuahuas that sleep with her. They must have assignations in between somehow. Oh, my friend who's got the 2 baby chihuahuas, they're coming to see me in the new year sometime. That'd be nice. Be able to meet the new babies, Bertie and Lena. And if you follow her in, Give Me Yarn 418, they've adopted a Labrador. He's about 12 months old, I think, a little boy Labrador. He's really settling in well as well. Hi, Lashira. Happy New Year. Yeah, they lost their last, oh God, what was it? What are they called? Burmese. They lost their last Burmese a few months ago. Hi, Seela. Happy New Year. So I'm so glad they've adopted a rescue dog. It's nice to think of a little dog that wouldn't have a home, isn't it? Having a nicely new home. You know, instead of being stuck in a crate in some dog home. I don't know why people buy pedigree dogs. Oh, that's nice of her. That's nice of you, Lashira. Winning the giveaway and giving it to Miguel. That's really, really, how can I put it? Generous of you, and Happy New Year. That's such a nice gift. I would send you things out my shed, Miguel, but for the fact that you're in America. We all know what the postage is like. Oh, I got a lovely card from Rose in the Philippines. And I know what that's cost her to send it because she hasn't got a lot of money. So I was so happy. She sent me a little Christmas card that played Jingle Bells. Oh, I've got hiccups now. So it was doubly special to me because I know when somebody hasn't got a lot of money, that it costs a lot to send something from all the way from the Philippines. So it was something special, that. Oh, still excited about going out tomorrow. Yeah, I've got to send a parcel to my friend in Devon. A cardigan and like a shoulder cowl. But I forgot that the post office was closing at lunchtime. And also they're saying that the post office over here is running delays with everything. So I shall send it when the post office opens. I think it's Tuesday. I think the post office opens on Tuesday. Yeah, that was nice of Rose, wasn't it? It means a lot to me when she did something like that, yeah. I've known Rose for quite a lot of years. Oh, you need some tea. I'm British, but I don't drink tea. The colour. You mean the colour of the throw, or? They're not my colours, to be quite truthful. You know, they're too pastel for me, the colours of the throw I made, but I must get some licorice tea, because that's the only tea I like. I should drink chamomile with me having IBS problems. Chamomile's supposed to be good. But I might get some peppermint tea and some licorice tea, because they're the only teas I like. Well, they're not really tea, are they? They're more like I don't know what you call them, really. They're like tea, aren't they? But they're more like a fusion, if you're with me. But I do like licorice tea. That is something I must get. Oh, hi, Denise. Happy New Year. Yeah, that's something I must remember. Yeah, I like peppermint tea, but it's more like the herbal kind. Yeah, it's not really tea. It looks like water when you've made it, doesn't it? It doesn't look like tea. Because I accidentally bought peppermint tea once, and it was tea. It was tea with peppermint, and I didn't like it. No. I like more like the herbal ones, yeah. They look like see-through water, don't they, when you've made them, yeah. It makes you need it. It soothes my my stomach, actually, Isaac. I have IBS, which I won't go into detail, but if you suffer from it, you know what I mean. And it does soothe my stomach, yeah. Oh, no milk, no milk. I don't drink milk. You probably... Funny thing is, if I go out, I will have a latte when I go to a place like Starbucks or Costa or something like that. But I don't drink milk at home, yeah. I only have milk on cereal, because you can't have breakfast cereal, can you, like porridge without milk? Oh, the phone's going zip, zip. Whoever's zip, zip in there. Oh, it's a message from Facebook. I shall look at that later. Yeah, I used to quite like ginger as well. I don't like turmeric. I've tried. I can swallow the turmeric tablets, but we were talking today with my friend actually about my spinal pain and whatnot, and she was kind of trying to get me to do more exercises, and I said, there's nothing that they can do for my spine except give me pain patches, which I won't have, or give me painkillers, which I won't take anymore. I know it sounds daft, but I'd rather have the pain, than have the fuzziness that you get when you're on strong painkillers and patches and God knows what else. At least if I've got the pain, I know I'm alive. I must confess, if I know I'm going to go out and I know I'm going to walk, I will either stick a pain patch on or I will take some painkillers before I go, But by and large, I don't want to be drugged up to death, because it only gives you stomach problems and all kinds of other things if you're on painkillers all the time. There's too many people rely on painkillers for this, painkillers for that. I'd rather just struggle through. I used to take 8 a day and a pain patch, and I can't honestly say that it made it that much better. It made it bearable, but hey ho, I'd rather not walk. I'd rather use my scooter and be comfy. I don't see any sort of medals being handed out for me being a martyr and walking. I I need to lose weight though, because I put £5 on, I think I said before, over Christmas. So I'm supposed to be losing it, not putting it on. But I know what it is. You're throwing a ball at the... Well, don't throw it too hard. You might throw it through his window, Shearer. Then he wouldn't thank you for that if he had a hole in his window. Oh dear. So have you all eaten your fill and put on weight like me? I might try and get to the swimming baths. I'm not making a New Year's resolution. I'm just saying I might. Because that's a bit of exercise. But, you know, these COVID restrictions, you had to book and you had to go at certain times and all that jazz. I just think, oh, I'll go to the swimming baths. You know, I just like that urge about it. I can't plan saying, oh, tomorrow I'll go to the swimming baths. And I get up and it's absolutely pouring down with rain. That doesn't make me want to go anywhere. Yeah. I'm waiting for my knit clubs to start up again. One starts up again in January, but the other one doesn't start up again till February, yeah. Oh, red sequins, yeah. Yeah, I'm knitting a white cardigan because they always come in handy. Boring as they are, they always come in handy for going with summer dresses. I'm planning on having summer this year. It wasn't that bad. I'm making a cardigan, a very, very old pattern. I'm making the one with the long sleeves. I made it more years ago than I care to mention. So I'm hoping that it will still fit me. Because it's an old pattern and the biggest size is small. You know, I mean, back in the day, they used to do 3 sizes, like 34, 36, 38 bust. You know, the days of the extra large were not around back when this pattern was made. It's meant to be form-fitting, so I'm hoping it will fit over the top of a, you know, a flimsy summer dress, yeah. I've got one white cardigan, but I don't like wearing it. My mum made it for me, and it's beautiful. It's all in Aran. And I just really don't like wearing it in case I stain it or... yeah, I'm just very wary of wearing it. It's like homage to my mum, you know. I don't want to ruin it. I know it sounds daft. Don't want to ruin it by wearing it, but I've kept it for 20 years. And it's beautiful. It's in cotton and it's still like new. She made it for me one holiday. And I just don't want to spoil it. A lot of people think, oh, you're crazy, you should wear it. I wear everything else, don't get me wrong. I don't have clothes for best or anything like that. This is why I get dressed every day. People would say, oh, why don't you wear a sweatpants and a t-shirt? That's not me at all. That is not me. I wear a dress and a cardigan and my beads, or I'll wear nice cut trousers. I don't own a pair of jeans. I don't own sweatpants or whatever you want to call them. It's just how I am. I'm just not me. If I'm not nicely dressed, I'm not me. I can't be me. Oh, whoever Queen Nagira is. Happy New Year to you, dear. No, it's how people are. If you're happy wearing whatever you want to wear, then wear it. But it just makes me upset that people no longer dress up anymore. You know, even if they're going out somewhere, they're still wearing the same old scruffy things they wear during the day. You know, I like people to have made a bit of an effort, you know. You know, and I see people slopping about and they're supposed to be dressed up going somewhere nice. You know, they're going for a meal somewhere and they're dressed in old tricky bottoms and scruffy t-shirt. And I think it's an insult to the cafe or the place that they're going to, yeah. Oh, I know, I love boho, you know me. My bohemian. The lady I made that granny square coat for, she's really bohemian as well. My house would be more bohemian if I could get away with it, if I lived on my own. I mean, the throw I've just made, it would be reds, purples, yellows, golds. That would be me. Not pink. Yeah, I'll make myself a throw for the sofa in here. But it'll be bright colours, really bright colours if I make it. I've got some bright rainbow colours left in the ice magic yarn in the shed. That is more me. Pastel colours. Not for me. I don't suit them anyway, I'm too pale. Put me in pale pink and pale lemon. People ask me, I'm pale green. People ask me, am I feeling okay? I made myself a beautiful, like a baby green sweater once. I couldn't wear it because everybody kept saying, are you feeling okay? You look awfully pale. You feeling well? A hot cup of tea. We've got 11 degrees C here. Whatever that is in English, Fahrenheit. I don't understand degrees C. I don't really. No, I like boho colours, very bright colours, jazzy. The jazzier the better. But I have to tone it down here. They're all a bit, they're only a bit old and fuddy-duddy around here. It's 50 degrees F here. Ooh, where's it gone? 50 degrees F. What's it supposed to be tomorrow? I never looked. Tomorrow it's showers. 80% chance of precipitation. In other words, take your brolly with you, Janie. Put your raincoat on and take your brolly. Is that 78 or 7.8? I love bright colours, absolutely. I'm a bright colour girl. Oh. I watched a little video from Z. Just wishing everybody Happy New Year. I didn't do the Vlogmas this year. I couldn't even do a video, one, let alone one every day. It's difficult when you when you live with people that are like in and out and off and around, you know. I like to sort of and be able to chit chat. Maybe I can do them in my shed, who knows. 50 degrees. I know it's 50 degrees here. It's not raining though, thankfully. I just can't get around to backing the... I really need a new camera, to be quite truthful. The camera I've got is fine, but it only does 30 minutes and then it cuts off. But it doesn't warn me it's going to cut off, it just cuts off. So if I forget to set the timer, I find that I'm talking to myself after, it's just gone. So I really need to buy a new camera, but like everything else, it's in the queue. When you win the lottery but you win £5, it doesn't exactly buy you a camera, does it, So, I mean, this one was in a sale. I paid about 120, 130 for this one. Yeah, it is. When people are coming and going and the dog's running in and out, it's hard to concentrate. You lose your thread, don't you? Oh, yes, I'm begging. It is a private joke, Miguel. No, you know me better than that. That's the one thing I would not do. Well, hello, Shad, and where have you been? Where have you been right now? I know. I haven't got a room unless I sit in my bedroom, which is a bit small, a bit cramped, and a bit untidy. Yeah. I've not really got anywhere. Oh, hi, Sean. Hi, Sean. Happy New Year to you. Listen, Sean, I'm telling you now, there is nothing wrong with you being a mother. So don't let anybody say anything different. You were a good mother. Don't forget it. Oh, you're working on the inside of your tiny house? That's great. Maybe you can move in by the end of next year. Who knows? This time next year, you might be in your new home. Yeah, somebody told Sian the other week that she wasn't a good mother, and I refute that. I refute it, absolutely. So you take no notice of Sian. You are a brilliant mother. No, you don't. There's nothing wrong with your parenting skills. We're back to the trolls again, aren't we? Back to the people who think they can. Yeah. Shush. Yeah, the nerve of some people telling her something like that. Shush. What right has anybody to say that about anybody or anything? We were talking about trolls before. Poor Ross, if you know Ross, Sian, does YouTube videos, and he's been trolled. And he's talking about taking his videos down and stuff like that. It makes me so annoyed when people do that. People start giving their opinions. As I said before, if they don't like it, they don't have to watch it. That's my opinion. There's an on and an off switch. Why do you watch things that you don't like? Why? Life's too flipping short. There's millions of videos out there. Go and watch something else, yeah. Oh, gold, yeah. That's typical, isn't it, Sian? Typical. Yeah, typical. Take no notice, Sian. You're a wonderful mother. I've said that before in the past, and I'll say it again in front of everybody. Sian is a wonderful mother. So there, yeah. Yeah, it is. We were discussing this before you came in, Queen Nadira, about people, trolling other people. Why do they find it necessary to do that? If you don't like a person, don't watch them. Yeah, Happy New Year to you as well, Sian, with your new red hair. Sian has got jazzy red hair. Yeah, unless there's a serious problem, Miguel, we all know that child cruelty doesn't go on. So unless there's a really, really serious problem, I don't think people should get involved. You know, necklace is just, they're plastic, by the way. But I put them on because they matched. I've got a blue dress on and a blue and turquoise cardigan. Yeah. Yeah, she's got red hair. I wish I had enough courage to dye my hair a different colour, but I don't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the miseries. You know, I think, what do they say? Misery likes company. What do they want us to do? Go and join them? Red hair in time for tomorrow. I'm going out tomorrow, Charles. My niece is going to take me. I get so excited, you know. Have I mentioned that about 25 times already today? I'm going out tomorrow. I do try. As I was saying before, it's all a matter of what makes you feel good, doesn't it? If you feel good wearing your tracky bottoms and your t-shirt, good on you. But I don't. I've got to make an effort, if you know what I mean. Otherwise, I don't feel me. I suppose it's because I've always had to dress up for work, dress up for whatever, that I carried it on when I retired. I was determined I wouldn't let myself go. You know. Yes, it's really red hair, Chris. Really, really red. I will. Yeah, Isaac's mum's hair is green. I need a rosy wrap. No, I do not need a rosy wrap. Yeah, I let the new year in with a Fanta orange, which isn't quite the same thing, is it? There was wine in the fridge. I could have had a wine to let the new year in, but I didn't. Oh gosh, yes, I wear my mask. Of course I do. I've had enough COVID in my family, thanks. Not my immediate family. I'm talking about my daughter-in-law's family. They couldn't come for Christmas because they got COVID. So we had a very quiet Christmas and we're eating up a lot of food. Thank goodness for freezers. That's all I can say. It was a good job. Back in the day, I mean, that food would have been ruined, wouldn't it? Back in the day when we didn't have fridges and freezers. You had a Pepsi Max. Yeah. I haven't even got a Pepsi Mac. I've got some kind of cheap cola that I found in the fridge. Lord knows where it's from, probably Aldi. We don't get the proper stuff here anymore. My son says I'm a label snob because I like things that have got a label. But they do taste differently, believe me. They'd been buying me the cheap version of Fanta Orange, and I could tell the difference. You know, I meant to go and get a drop of rum in me Coke or a glass of wine to see the Christmas in, and I started watching something on the TV. And before I knew where I was, it was BBC and fireworks at 12 o'clock, yeah. Oh, you're going for your dinner, Isella? Well, thank you very much for your company, love. Happy New Year. And we'll see you again soon, hopefully. No, they've taken all the additives out of everything, haven't they? You know, things don't taste the same. I thought it was me getting old, you know, taste buds gone a bit awry, but we were talking, you know, about things like if you're in the UK, if you remember wagon wheels, they used to be that big you couldn't eat one, could you? You had to divide it in half. It was so massive. Now you could practically fit it in your mouth in one go. Mars bars have shrunk. I think they're all trying to diet us all, aren't they? Yeah, everything's small, isn't it? No, I'm not going to the spa tomorrow. No, we'll discuss it when we're going out tomorrow. Because you have to book it all. You know, if it's a weekend, do. Yeah, wagon wheels used to be huge. And I know we were kids when we had wagon wheels, but they were massive, weren't they? I mean, now they're pathetic little things. Mars bars, honestly. When I was a kid, my mum used to buy a Mars bar as a treat, and she used to cut it in slices. You know, I mean, you couldn't cut a little Mars bar in slices. Now, we used to do, I mean, things were on ration, don't get me wrong. She wasn't being mean. Things were on ration. And so she used to get a Mars bar and cut it with a sharp knife into pieces so we could all have a little bit. You know, I was lucky really because my dad didn't like chocolate, so, and my mother wasn't keen, so it used to be divided usually between me and my brother. But I mean, there was something to divide back in the day. Oh, thank you, Enid. It's an old-fashioned pattern. It's a cardigan I'm making for summer. I can't think of anything else I want to do, so I didn't want to start the second throw. I wasn't in the... Well, I've shrunk as well, Shad. I think I've lost a couple of inches. And I'm not going to ask you if you've lost a couple of inches because men take it personally if you ask them questions like that. I'm talking about height. I used to be 5'4", but I think I'd be lucky if I'm nudging 5'2" now. Well, the trouble is, you see, it makes a difference to your BMI. Because you can be the same weight and all of a sudden your BMI goes up because you shrunk. It's not fair. Unfair. Unfair to us shorties. I think I'd have to be about 6'5" or 7 foot to be the right height, the right weight for me height though. Oh dear. We're never happy, are we? Yeah, I've got to do 6 inches of rib. I'm quite neat for me. That's unusual. I'm not that neat of a knitter, actually. My tension has never been great, yeah. I'm still deciding what to knit with, what to crochet with Daniel's wool. I keep looking at different shawl patterns and different things. I have found one that's a bit... it's one of those, I call them like a wedge of cheese. You know, you start small and you go wider. I'm never quite sure how you wear those. You're 6 foot tall, it's hard to find. You need to go. Now, that if you were living in Prestwich, where I used to live, there was a shop there called Transformation that sold shoes for drag artists. Girls who had big feet used to love going there. Yeah, they used to sell high heels and that up to massive sizes for ladies because they were meant for guys, obviously. It must be nice to be statuesque. I've always been squidgy. Little and fat. Well, not fat, but, you know, little and overweight, let's just say. Oh, hello. We've got somebody weird again. Chris, get your whistle out, love. I would still like to be bigger than I am. It's very difficult in shops. Everything seems to be up at the top. It's the same in our kitchen. They're both taller than me. I went in for cheese biscuits the other day and Oh, for sake. You're in New York. Oh, it's brilliant. I love the what's he called? He does the advanced style books and that. And he goes around the old ladies in New York, taking pictures of them all. And they're really stylish and they wear such fantastic clothes and that. And there seem to be some great kind of vintage kind of second-handy shops in New York. I would love to go and see those, yeah. What's he called? Advanced Styling. Seth, somebody or other. I've got both of his books. And he's got a video out as well called Advanced Styling, I think it's called. Apparently his grandma was a bit of a character and she used to dress up. And he goes around and he finds all these ladies that are in their 70s and 80s. I think his latest book's called Advanced Love or Advanced Couples or something. And I love all the stuff that they wear. Iris Apfel's one of them. Yeah, she's 100, that girl. She wears fantastic big jewellery. You'd love her, Shad. She's got most fantastic jewellery on if you look up Iris Apfel. She wears bracelets on her arm and 100 years old, and she wears those big, big glasses like that. Fabulous. Seth Cohen, that's the one, yeah. I absolutely love his books. I've got about 3 of his books now, and I love his videos. He interviews real character ladies, and they mostly live in New York, so yes, Iris Apfel. She's absolutely. And there's another lady with bright red hair, and she makes her own like fur eyelashes out of her own hair. She's about 100 as well. They're brilliant, these ladies. I'm like, good on you, yeah. Oh, you keep telling me about this book where the crawdads sing. I don't know whether I'd even like it or not, Shad. I'm reading a book about murder mysteries being solved by people in an old folks home at the moment. It's called the Thursday Night Murder Club, I think. I like murder mysteries, is what I read. Yeah, I like murder mysteries, Shad. I just read one I wasn't that keen on. It was all about anorexic girls being abused by this psychiatrist. That was a bit. I didn't really care for that one. I like the other ones by the same author. It's funny, isn't it? But then you just get one where you coming of age. Oh, I don't want love stories. No, murder. Yeah, murder mysteries. That's me. I left Mills and Boons and love stories behind many years ago. No, for a bit of light reading, I read all the Hamish Macbeth, set in Scotland. Got an itchy head. I don't like anything too heavy to read. Well, if it ever comes on offer, I'm not paying full price for it. And I don't even know what a crawdad is, Shad. Don't know what a crawdad is. Oh, good night, Isaac. Say Happy New Year to your mum for me as well. I'll say Happy New Year to the pigeons, but not to Dexter. No. Yeah, Nathan's doing very well. He's losing the weight I'm putting on. Yeah, I don't like paying full price for books because I read them and then I pass them on to the charity shop, you know. I don't keep them. I haven't got room for keeping books here. Once I've read them, and that's they go. I passed all the Hamish Macbeth ones on to Sue because she likes reading about the Scottish ones, yeah. But I haven't passed on the murder mystery ones. And I don't think I would pass on this one about the... I want to lose 6 stone, which is 6 times £14, if anybody's working it out. That's what I need to lose. It's a bit daunting when you say it like that, though, isn't it? I can't say the word diet. All right. Thank you. Hi, Ginger. I cannot say the word diet. You may not believe it, but I was anorexic when I was going through my marriage separation. I have no photographs to show you because I tore them all up because I looked so awful. I looked in my 80s when I was less than 40. And ever since then, I just can't diet because I'm scared of going back. It's like an alcoholic is frightened of having a drink. I had a major problem with alcohol. It's no secret. When I was in my late 30s, 40s, I had a major problem. It was all because I was miserable. I was just unhappy in my marriage. Everything went wrong and I couldn't find a way out of it. So I just drank and stopped eating. Yeah. Best diet I've been on. But it wasn't a good one. So anybody mentions the word diet to me now, I'm like, la, 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 la. I just do it by cutting down and trying to eat healthier. But if people say to me, go and do Weight Watchers, go and do Slimmers World, no. I cannot do a regimentation, standing on the scale every week in front of anybody. Oh, you are naughty this week, you put a pound on. No. That makes me want to scream and kill somebody. I cannot do that. I have to do it on my own. And if I can't do it on my own, I don't do it, yeah. But please don't. Like I said, people say, oh, you want to join Slimming World? Do you want to join Weight Watchers? News, very good. Somebody's sending me platitudes each day saying, you clear your plate because you're conditioned to clear your plate, but you should stop eating when you are full. You know that without paying £100 a bloody month to listen to that. Excuse my French, but yeah. Hey, baby. Happy New Year. Yeah, I'm allergic to diet. The word diet just... Ugh. And I hate it when people say to me, oh, you should be the same. You should do this, you should do that. I've kept the weight off right from 2 years ago till now. Yeah, I know I'm not slim. But I lost 2 stone, which is £28 to people in America. But I put £5 on over Christmas and it's worrying me because it's the wrong direction. Shouldn't be putting it on, I should be losing it. But it's my own fault because I've eaten too much over Christmas. I hold my hand up, eating too much. Eating the wrong things, eating chocolate, eating all sorts of things, eating biscuits. So it's like, gotta stop. Yeah. Today I've only had 2 meals, but the meal I just eaten was absolutely massive. And then you just see my son's brought me cheesecake, which I should have said no. If they stop buying it, I stop eating it. That's my argument. Yeah, keeping the weight off is the problem. Annie's Christmas clearance is back. Save 35% on already discounted crafts. Oh, really? You'd be surprised, Nathan. I had to stop taking them. I lost my weight without them. I didn't lose anything when I was on them, as you know. Shall I eat the chocolate? Dieting always begins on a Monday anyway, doesn't it? What time is it? Oh, it's the sun's gone over the yard arm. It's time for Winter Wonderland. Winter Wonderland. I was going to say I'll diet tomorrow, but then of course I'm going out, aren't I? Did I mention I was going out? For the umpteenth time tonight. You're probably sick of me saying that. Look, there you go. Look what's upside down. Little Christmas trees. Yeah. Cadbury's. We have Cadbury's over here. Look how thin it is, though. Honestly, it looks like it's been shaved. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's a Christmas one. Special edition for Christmas. Oh, I know. I don't get out much, can't you tell, Sean? I'm so excited to go out. They don't let me out a lot. I miss your videos with your Japanese treat, Sean. It is. I love Cadbury's. It's not white chocolate all the way through. It's white, but it's not white all the way through. Oh, corn syrup's not good. I don't know why you Americans have to stick corn syrup on everything. Well, I'll be wearing my mask tomorrow. $40. Is that centigrade or Fahrenheit? If it's 40 degrees centigrade, that's positively a heat wave. It's whereabouts am I, or whereabouts is Miguel? Poppy, who do you want to know whereabouts is? It's 46 degrees. No, I'm not a knitter. Anybody knitted the Stephen West shawl? Phoebe wants to know. Oh, you see, you're colder than us then, because it's 50 degrees F. But that could be because it's inside. I don't know what it's like outside. Me, am I in the UK? Yeah, I'm in Fleetwood in the UK. Has anybody on here knitted the Stephen West shawl? It doesn't look like anybody did, baby. Yeah, well, there are some knitters on here, Chris. You're in Kent, Poppy. Same as Ali, Little Drops of Wonderful. She's in Kent, isn't she, I think? Ali with her hens. I'm surprised you don't watch them ago. She keeps hens. I can't knit a shawl because I only knit on straight needles and I can't fit the stitches on to knit a shawl. I can't knit on circular wiggly worms. I don't know what it looks like either, Chris. I'll have to look it up later. Yeah, if it's got loads of stitches on, I can't do it. Same reason I don't like crochet. I can crochet throws if they're in squares. I can't crochet throws or anything in one piece. Can't make open with big rows and loads. Oh. Yeah, Stephen West does patterns, doesn't he? He's still on your line of shawl. I never made the one that was. What was that one with all like teeth? Everybody was making them. It was like that shape, but you went out in little teeth. Everybody made them at one time. Everywhere you look, people were making these things. I've never been one to be on the bandwagon. If it's something that everybody's making, I think I'm not making it. I don't want to look like everybody else. That is how come I got into knitting in the very first place. Because I did not like looking like everybody else. Might have been the hitchhiker, the one that goes like dragon's teeth. Everybody was making them. It's like that corner to corner rage. Everybody and his dog was making corner to corner blankets, and I'm thinking, no. I did eventually make a small blanket for my great nephew. I hated every minute of it. It might have been the road trip. I don't know. Everybody's making them. You know, people hatch on things. It's like not long ago they were making those scarves with pockets. I thought, why would you want a shawl with pockets? A scarf with pockets? And yet everybody was like, oh yeah, we'll make them, we'll make them. I don't like it when people follow trends like a herd of sheep. Hi, Mia. Happy New Year, Mia. No, I always have to be different. I always want to do something that nobody else is doing. Oh, the virus show. I mean, I must admit, I did loads of the virus show. I think that's why I stopped doing it. Because everybody made them, I stopped doing them. It's a pity because it's a nice show. I think little shawls are beautiful. You know, when you can do them fine and lacy. They are beautiful, but I can't knit on circular needles, so I cannot fit all the stitches on. Kinghole ripped a lot of patterns off. They ripped the virus shawl off, didn't they? Maya, I'm a great big fan of oh gosh, what's she called? Jen Cherry, Star Lily Creations. But she's put a pattern out now, and it's for her Patreon, and it's exactly like the one that Z made from a pattern from it was a free pattern. Who the heck did it? She made a video, and I'm thinking, you haven't designed that. It's exactly like the one that Z made. But Z made it from somebody else's video. She didn't design it herself. But she makes loads of them. They're like a very open cowl, shawl, whatever you want to call it, poncho. But Jen Cherry's like, it's only for my Patreon. You know, it's £4 a month to join her Patreon. I'm sorry, but no. I won't join anybody's Patreon. If you want me to buy the pattern, sell me the pattern. But don't ask me to be Patreon for £4 a month just to get the pattern. No. If I only want one pattern, I'm not paying £4 all. I won't even start one shed. I don't agree. Unless you're going to give something really worthwhile away for Patreon, if you're going to charge somebody £4 a month, you need to make it worth their while. I would have nothing. I would have nothing to offer for £4 a month. Nothing. You have to go up and down a few steps, Nathan, a few flights of stairs. Well, my friend's little boy, who I used to look after, turned 31 the other day, and I'm like, what? He's still about 3 to me. Oh, yeah, I think we'd all pay money to see Nathan in some motivator spandex. Who can forget Mr. Motivator in those spandex pants? Or Jane Fonda nearly wearing a leotard. Woo-hoo-hoo. I can remember those high-cut leotards. My goodness me. I went to a gym once, and it was full of these yuppie mummies. You know, with the spandex leotards with the very high-cut legs. And the waspy waist belts and the jewellery. And I'm like, oh, yes. And you really need to come to the gym, don't you? Yes, really. It was like a coffee morning with leotards. It probably was in the 80s. This is the Jane Fonda era, you know, where they wear those leotards that are so high cut. You can see, yeah, see all the baby making tackle, yeah. Hi, Nana Michelle. Yes, the toe of ill repute. I think it belongs to a camel, doesn't it? Read it. I can remember quite a few women walking about in the 80s and 90s wearing those stretchy pants in the street where you could see, yeah, we don't wish to know. That's for private viewing, thank you. We don't wish to see it. Yes, they used to be viewing them. There was a lady used to come in my shop, and she must have been about 70 if she was a day. And she used to wear white, like pedal pushers in stretch. And I'll swear she had no underwear on. Oh. And I'm like, put it away, dear. It's not even pleasant when you're in your 20s, but when you're in your 70s, it really isn't pleasant. I really, really hate leggings. Unless you have a fantastic figure or you're wearing a top that comes down to your knees, leggings, no. We do not wish to see the shape of things to come. Oh, yes, I mean, you have to cover them up, don't you? Oh, Andre, do you really have to lower the tone? Yeah, well, I think he was for decency's sake, wasn't he? He used to wear his bum bag, yeah. And whoever made those flesh-coloured leggings? Hey? I don't think you go out in them on their own, though, do you, Shad? With all your tackle on view. No, those flesh-coloured leggings that people go out in. They look like they're naked from the waist down. Ooh. No, the only spandex I've ever worn was underneath my clothes, if you know what I mean. Oh dear. Oh, I don't mind what you wear in the house, Shad. Just don't go out with your tackle on view. It's not very nice. Why is it always the big ladies that want to wear leggings? Yeah. You know, if you're a big lady, cover it up, love. We don't wish to see it on view. I know it's all shapes and sizes, dear, but you know, there's a limit. Especially when you're wearing a thong underneath. It's not pretty. Not pretty at all. How is Nibbler, by the way, Shad? Is he recovered or is he still slightly under the weather? I've got to do 6 inches of rib. When you're measuring 6 inches of rib, do you measure it like that or do you measure it like that? Just as a matter of interest, because it'll stretch, won't it? Obviously, I am not that wide around the waist, am I? So it's going to stretch, yeah. So I'm a bit at a loss as how you measure it, whether you measure it stretched or you measure it flat. Unstretched, yeah, but then it'll only be about 4 inches, won't it, by the time it's stretched out? So I always wondered about that. Whether I should stretch it a bit to measure it. Because I don't want it to be short. Oh, I know, it's sad to watch them, Shad. I've been through it 3 times now. It's not nice. But we have to do our best for them. And when it's time, you'll know what you have to do. It's a very sad decision, but you know you have to do it. Both Buster and Poppy told us, you know, when it was time, yeah. Yeah, I suppose so. Mine will be strained, let alone stretched. Because as I say, the largest size on here is a 38 bust, which I am not. No, if he's not in pain, it's not bad. I mean, my Buster's legs just went from underneath him. So he couldn't walk at all. He couldn't even move. So, and I couldn't lift him because of my back, yeah. If he'd have been a tiny little dog, I would have lifted him in and out to take him in the garden and stuff, but he wasn't a tiny dog. He was a big dog, a big, heavy dog. About 7.5 stone in him. So I had to, you know, say, can't do it. I managed his incontinence, yeah. Well, leggings and a long sweater's great, Chris. It's just the leggings and the short top I can't cope with, especially on a larger lady. Oh, I've done 4 inches and I need to do 6 inches, so... Yeah, but there's not many women got the backside, let's face it, Chris. Very few ladies have got a nice rear end. But they're not the ones who want to wear them. It's always the hefty lumps. Oh, hello. Hello, Rosie. What you doing, girl? Hey, what you doing, little girl? No, you can take your eyes off me wool. Rosie. Mummy wants you. I'd put Daniel's wool on the floor. It was in a bag, but she's like, oh, brightly coloured balls. Her little eyes lit up. Ooh, bright coloured balls. Yeah, we're all here another year. When you get my age, you know, every year's a bloody bonus, isn't it? Let's face it. That's why I like going places. That's why I like dressing up. That's why I like wearing my best clothes. At my age, what's the point saving things for best? You never know where you're going to be here tomorrow, do you? You know. I feel all right. I feel okay, but hey ho, yeah. We don't know the next, especially with blooming COVID knocking about, putting the kibosh on everybody and everything. As I say, two of the ladies at the knit club, one lady lost her sister Christmas Eve, and another lady lost her brother-in-law on Christmas Day. And they're all round about my age, and you're thinking, oh my God, keep going, you fool. What was it Eric Markham used to do? Keep going, you fool, keep going. Is that the right side? Yeah, I think it is for your heart, isn't it? Happy New Year, Melly. Happy New Year. Yeah, I don't really think about the future much. I don't like to think about things, you know. You know, I always think if I don't think I'm old, I won't be old. I know it's a bit stupid now, but you know, it's kind of like if your brain's still active. I hope I'm one of those people whose brain is still active as I get older. Pain you can put up with, yeah. Pain you can work your way through, can't you? But I would hate to lose my marbles, you know, or lose my faculties, you know, having a stroke or something like that. I mean, thankfully, Pauline's getting over her stroke. Pauline, that was on here earlier, she's managing to get back to her knitting now, and she's actually managed to get up the stairs to bed. Maybe only once a day, but she's doing it. But, you know, I would hate to lose my faculties. Yeah. Oh, right, Denise. Shall I be very happy about that? Well, I forgot to mention, I mentioned it earlier on. I haven't mentioned it since. No, I'm knitting actually at the moment, Mia. Kelly has been poorly. She had to have the ambulance 3 times. She had pneumonia. She had to have oxygen because she couldn't get her breath. She's on the better side now. They didn't take her to hospital because they didn't want her to catch COVID. Because she didn't have COVID, she just had pneumonia. Yeah. So I told her I'd mention it on here. But she's on the better side now. But she hasn't been well for the last 3 weeks. Hey, so there wouldn't be any videos from Crafting by Kelly X. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose I won't know if I've gone a bit strange, won't I? Yeah. Yeah, she's had the Panunumbis, as my dad used to call it. Panunumbia. He used to love to pronounce things wrong. Yeah, just to annoy my son. So he used to call it Poonumbia. I will do, Sean, when I speak to her next. I don't speak to her, we text, yeah. We text each other. Hey. 6 inches of rib is a lot of rib, isn't it? Gosh, it's getting near midnight and I've got to go out yet and charge up my scooter. Hope I don't set Rosie off barking. My daughter-in-law's 2 daughters have had COVID. They've only just got over it. They had it all over Christmas. Fortunately, they were both double jabbed, so they weren't really ill with it. It was like a bad cold. Oh my goodness me, thank goodness it was a mild one, Ginger. Oh, I need to go and plug that. Yeah, COVID is nasty. If it was man-made, whoever did all this to us all, want to shoot him. Whoever launched this on the world. I'm still not totally convinced it's natural. I'm sure it started somewhere in a laboratory, but that's my thoughts about it. I'm sure as heck it wasn't natural. It's like germ warfare, isn't it? Now, if it was somebody who yeah, it's not funny. You know, if it was, like you say, if it was man-made launched, I think whoever it is should burn in hell for launching this on the population. I just hope that we can learn to cope with it. I don't think we'll ever be kind of without it, but I just hope we all get immune to it, and then it's sort of like no worse than a cold. You know, we've had Asian flu, we've had bird flu, we've had all kinds. Spanish flu, was it? Whatever flu. Lived through a lot of flus in my lifetime, but never one like this. I'm just going to have to leave you for about 2 minutes because before they settle down upstairs and go to sleep, I need to go and plug my scooter in. So you'll have to forgive me. You'll have to talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Look at the Christmas tree, how pretty it is while I'm gone. Oh, I can't walk. Oh dear. Oh, I'm getting old. Oh my goodness me. Oh. Oh, I managed to do it without waking up the house. Whoopee. Ooh. Right, what have I missed? Let me go back a bit. Yay. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Oh, at 12:14 UK time, you're having a birthday. 21 again, of course, as usual, Sean. Sean. Calling her Sean. That's a fella's name. That's a lad across the road. No, the lad next door's called Sean. I'm getting mixed up with my Seans and my Shans. Oh, dear. I managed to go to the garage, open the garage, plug my scooter in without waking anybody up. Yay. My son's already asleep. I can hear him snoring. It was more Rosie I didn't want to wake up. When she gets it in her head to bark, that little girl will not stop. Oh, God, life begins next year, sure. My life did begin at 40. I decided to get divorced. I didn't get divorced at 40, but I decided to get divorced. I had a 40th birthday party and I was sat there looking at him thinking, I don't want to spend the rest of my life with him. So that was my 40th resolution to myself, was get divorced. Oh, no. My life began at 40. Once I was on my own, my life began. It should have begun when I was in my 20s, but I stupidly got married, didn't I? So my worst years were between 20 and 40. Well, 22, 40. They were my worst years. She's barking now. She's just about half an hour too late. It took me till I was about 45 before I actually got shut with him, Denise, but at the age of 40, I decided I wasn't putting up with any more bullshit. Yeah, I looked at him across a crowded room and I'm thinking, you're just full of, yeah. He was there being so smarmy and so smart and so lovely to everybody, and I'm thinking, oh, yours. I'm going. I've had enough. So it was, my 40th birthday was a big change for me. Didn't actually happen till I was about 43, 44, but that was when I made my mind up. Hi, Chris. Happy New Year. Yeah, you've only got another few minutes, Sham, before you're 39. Make the most of your 38. Well, hello again. What did you want? What do you want, hey, missus? Hey, your mama's there. Huh? Mammy wants you. Yeah, hence the asti. I don't blame you. Get some asti down your neck. Yeah, Denise, I did about another 3 years where I wouldn't put up with any more. I think my eyes just got opened. It was like the scales came off my eyes. She came bouncing. No, she's trying to check up on these balls of wool from Daniel. I know what she's trying to check up on. I've wound them into balls, and they're very, very attractive. A little girl just sees those as balls. She doesn't see them as balls of wool. She just sees them as balls. Something that she can play with. So I'm going to have to hide them. Because now she's spotted them, she's going to be looking for them. She's a demon with wool. She's a little demon. Never had this trouble with Poppy. Or Buster. Or even Gigi. But with Rosie, oh God, she's a nightmare. Wool and doormats, yeah. She's chewed up 3 doormats so far. She's got plenty of toys, but no, she likes doormats, yeah. You've got to take your tree down. My tree's got to come down. You can see it's there. I usually take mine down on the 6th. Don't know why the 6th. I think it's the 12 days of Christmas or something. I usually take it down on the 6th. The 6th is the day I go to see my diabetes nurse, so I should remember I've got to take the tree down on the same day. And I've got to go and see the hospital about my CPAP machine on the 21st. No, I'm already getting fed up with this tree now, Ella, to be quite truthful. I liked it. I thought it was pretty. And it was lovely all over Christmas, but now it's getting on my nerves now. It's getting on my nerves. My daughter-in-law will probably take our tree down. I think she said she takes hers down on the 6th as well. Oh, look, it's gone past midnight. It's nearly time to wish Sean happy birthday. It depends whether you want to wait till 14 minutes past 12 for us to wish her happy birthday. But it's her birthday today. It's 2 minutes past 12 in the UK. So it's happy birthday time. Woohoo! Hey. Yeah, I've got to ring the bank as well when they open. They're charging me £25 a year for safe deposit box. And the only thing I had in the safe deposit box was the deeds to my old house. So I'm not sure why they're still charging me £25 for a safety deposit box, because there's nothing in it, or there shouldn't be. I could say there was all my diamonds and my millions in there, but I'd be lying. So I need to ring them up and check that it is empty, that they're not still holding my deeds, seeing as I've sold the house. Oh, you wanted to be born on New Year's Day. Oh. I'm not sure what time I was born. My mother said 6 o'clock in the morning or thereabouts, but then she said the sun was rising and she could see the sun coming up after I was born. So when I looked it up, what time the sunrise was on November the 25th, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not sure now exactly when I was born, whether my mother got it wrong that she saw the sunrise, or she got it wrong that I was born at about 6 o'clock. So I don't know when I was born, so I can't tell you what time. And they don't put it on your birth certificate. And my mother got it wrong. She told me it was about 6 o'clock in the morning, but she couldn't tell because I was born at home with the midwife and she wasn't looking at the clock. So it could have been 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. Either way, I know what day I was born. That's the main thing, isn't it? But when people say, like they're doing your astrological sign and they say, what time were you born? Then we can pinpoint it. Don't know. I don't think she had gas and air at home, so I don't think she was delusional, Arian was 2:30 in the afternoon. Or as near as I can think, because I was unconscious. But that's what they said. They said it was 2:30 on the afternoon when he was born. But I have no recollection. And again, they don't put it on the birth certificate in the UK. I was away with the fairies when Arian was born. In my day, there was no epidurals or anything like that. It was either gas and air or they knocked me out. Mm-hmm. Supposed to signify something if you're born in the morning, isn't it? If you're an early morning person or something. Oh, yeah, you see, you had a modern birth. I had the old-fashioned chew on the duvet. Well, it wasn't a duvet, chew on the blanket. And if you're lucky, we'll give you some gas and air birth, yeah. Yeah, I'm still up. I've got to knit 6 inches and I found out I've only knitted 4. So I'm going to go to bed in a minute because I'm going out tomorrow for the 99th time I've just mentioned it. Yeah, I'm knitting. I'm knitting. Well, somebody's live. I don't know who's live, but somebody's live. Yeah, my mum said I was born at 6 o'clock, but then she said it was sunrise. And sunrise wasn't till about 8 something on the day that I was born, so I think she's got it a bit wrong. Either that, she was away with the fairies, like I said. Yeah, I need to go to bed because I'm going out tomorrow. But I need to be up. Yeah, I had a midwife, and I said to her in the end, I said, have you had a child? And she said, no. I said, well, stop telling me it doesn't hurt then. I don't think they should allow midwives unless they've had children. And they know what pain feels like. An unmarried woman without any kids can't tell you it doesn't hurt. You got snow today. So did Enid. We don't have any snow in the UK. Some places might have had snow, but we didn't. I need to find something to wear tomorrow. I can't wear this because I'll be cold. It's all right indoors, this dress, but it's not an outdoors on a scooter kind of dress. I need to wear my tights underneath my trousers tomorrow. It's got to be that kind of a day. 5 hours for, oh yeah, you lucky thing. Mine was about 2 days, I think, my labour. Yeah, they should have to suffer, shouldn't the nurses? At least be put on one of those, the ones they strap men to so that men know what labour feels like, yeah. I think if they're unmarried, the midwives should be strapped to one of them machines, yeah. Well, I'm going to put my knitting away now. I'm going to turn off all the lights and I'm going to go to beddy byes. So I hope you've all enjoyed your Happy New Year. And I wish everybody a great 2020. Oh yeah, Nathan, how's your walk? Have you done your steps yet? Well, I've done quite a bit of knitting, haven't I? I've been outside and done it, Ella. I've been and done it. I needed to do it before I woke the dog up, before she started to bark. So I've been and done that. Because I had to unlock the front door. Was it 4 minutes till Sean's birthday? Well, good night, Denise. I'm going in a minute. I'll wait 4 more minutes. Then we can all light sparklers or something or other. I'll go, whoa! Yeah, I did nip out, yeah. You forgot to make your tea. What you like, Miguel? Well, somebody's doing a live if you all want to nip over to somebody's live. Who was it, Miguel? I've forgotten. Somebody's doing a live. It won't be Trev. Did you notice? Or is it Melissa? Trev got a naughty boy, didn't he? Because somebody was playing music on his channel. So he got a naughty boy warning. What am I making? I'm making a cardigan. Cardigan. Or was it Madonna that was live? I know somebody was live, yeah. There's always somebody on live, isn't there, at this time of night, day, whatever. I prefer vintage patterns, I must admit, Chris. I can understand them better. I don't like it when they tell me every row, yeah. Yeah, I don't know whether it was Trev that was playing music or somebody else was playing music, but he got a flag anyway. So... Oh, she's gone off already, has she, Madonna? I'm sure somebody, excuse me, somebody else will be having a live. Oh, we've got 2 more minutes and then it's happy birthday. My hair doesn't change much, Chris. I don't know whether it's vintage or me style or what style. It's the only style I know because I've got very thin hair, sadly. I know Donna likes it when I backcomb it on out of existence, but I'm afraid I'm losing hair. So I've stopped doing that anymore now. You know, when I backcomb it all and it looks more hair. Oh, Melissa's live, so there you are. You've got somebody to go to now. Whoever Linda Simpson is, I don't know her. You know me in videos, yeah. Well, we're having a party. It's Saturday night, yeah. We all like a party on a Saturday night. I miss you eating them Japanese treats. Sian used to get a box full of Japanese treats and she never knew if they were going to be sweet or sour until she bit into them and it was funny. Hey, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's Sian's birthday. It's not often we have a live birthday, is it? We usually have birthdays 2 days before, 2 days after, or whatever. I think this is the first that we're actually having a birthday on the right day. Yay! There you are, it's party time, Sian. Yeah, happy birthday to you. Yeah, I can go to bed now. We've all wished happy birthday to Sian. I'm going to put my knitting away, otherwise certain little somebody. Oh, I've got my hair's dropping out all over the place, Chris. It's what you call over bleaching, yeah. Yeah, we'll cut the cake. Yeah, Sian's 16 again. Which makes it a bit dubious if, you know, G's coming up to 9. Right, Nana Michelle. Good night, everybody. Happy New Year to everybody. And I hope you've enjoyed tonight. I certainly have. So I shall say goodbye to you all. Bye.